Hello, welcome to this week's Chamber Check-In. Today we are with Jän Simon, owner of Foundation Insurance Services. Welcome, Jän.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. I am eager to talk to you because you do so much around the Chamber. And one of the things that we actually don't have an opportunity to discuss very often is your approach to insurance and how you deliver more than just insurance to your clients, but you also offer education. And I would love for you to share a little bit about you and your approach.
Yeah, sure. I've been doing insurance for, I think I'm in my 28th year. I lost count, but I like to think of us more as a consulting agency than a sales agency. Really, one of the things that I probably love most is the educational piece and helping clients understand the why behind what it is that they're buying. A lot of times, clients will come to us and they'll say, "Hey, I'm signing a lease on a building," or "Hey, I have this job opportunity and they're requiring insurance." And so we start having conversations about, okay, well, do you understand what that means? Because usually when a lease is going to be signed, the only reason that they're requiring you to have insurance is because whoever that leaseholder is, they're only concerned about protecting themselves, or they have an insurance or a contract in place that says that in the event that you sublet a space, you sign a subcontractor, you hire a contractor, whatever it is, you need to make sure that those contractors have these insurance or the same insurance. So a lot of times what I find is that people don't know what they don't know, and they see all the commercials on TV of only buy what you need. And I would argue that most people have no clue what they need. So I love the educational piece of it. I love new businesses that I can sit down with and really map out. Here's where you are today. This is what's being required of whether it's a contract or whatever it is. And then here's probably where you should look to be as far as really covering yourself and your organization so that in the event something happens catastrophically, you don't have to shut down the business because of that loss.
Yeah, and to that point, share a little bit about the lines of service you do provide and the types of insurance, and maybe a lesson learned or something that you think businesses typically overlook that you wish maybe they would be paying attention to.
Yeah, sure. With regards to what we offer, we are a specialist in business insurance, and really we focus mainly on property casualty. So I always like to say sticks and bricks. If you can build it or you have employees with regards to your workforce, workers' compensation, we can insure that. General liability, property, workers' comp, commercial auto, you name it. From a property casualty perspective, we can do it. We don't do any employee benefits, although we have a very good relationship. And so then on the flip side of that, we have the capability of writing personal insurance. However, we don't focus on it. We focus really heavily on the commercial side of the house or the business side of the house. With regards to people thinking, oh, that's not something that's going to happen to me, or I don't have employees, or we really don't have exposure. I could go in a lot of different directions because most people don't think about let's take cyber liability, for instance, and it's kind of a big topic right now. There's a lot of cyber extortion happening, and people think, well, I'm a small business, nobody's coming after me. And the reality of it is that a lot of businesses actually, or a lot of hijackers, I guess, if you will, or bad guys are going after the small businesses because the small businesses are less likely to have the controls in place to keep people out of it, or the training in place where we train people, look, if you receive an email that looks suspicious, don't click on it, just delete it. I get emails almost every single day that look like somebody's sending me some type of invoice, or hey, here's a document you requested, or take a look at this, and it's got an attachment. And if I didn't request something from somebody, I delete it. I don't even respond. I just delete it. And I figure that if it's something important, they'll either give me a call or they'll send it again. So a lot of small businesses don't have that training, and the cyber criminals, so to speak, know that, and so they will do phishing scams where they're actually going out and they're sending these emails, or they're making phone calls, and they're making it look like it's coming from whether it's one of your clients or somebody locally, and getting people to click on it, and it only takes one person, and the entire organization is at risk, and all of the information that organization has collected is at risk. And so it's just super important to have some form of cyber liability. A lot of package policies have a sublimit, which is a very small amount. We like to look at a holistic perspective and looking at a standalone policy because those policies have a first and a third party coverage. So that's kind of one example. There's a lot of different examples where I just start talking to people and I'm like, okay, well, we should think about this. I'm like, oh, that'll never happen to me because it's all my family. It's like, it's family till somebody's upset and
Right.
then family goes out the window. So
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that, and you're right. There are a lot of attempts. I think all of us in the business world are starting to see an increase in the number of attempts to break into our systems and compromise our organization. So I think it's an important conversation. I would say if someone wants to learn more or explore their options, where do they start?
well, obviously they can always contact us. We are on the web at foundins.com or found-ins.com. Either one will take them right to our website, on all our contact information's there. We're in the Heritage Building in downtown Gilbert, so we're really close and accessible to anybody here in the town of Gilbert. And I would love to meet with anybody and just have a conversation and answer any questions.
Awesome. Thank you, Jan. Thank you for your support of the chamber. Thank you for your engagement in our public policy committee. Been a member of Gilbert leadership, a member of the board. You're just everywhere, and we appreciate you and all that you do for businesses.
Well, thank you. I love the chamber and the family that I've developed there, and just absolutely love being involved in the town of Gilbert. So thank you.